And here it is. And so, yeah, this was the national champion for, I think, 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, and then an old sycamore that we had got put back on as the national champion. They go back and forth between two trees that we have. So this is the biggest, or the second biggest at this point in the nation. It's in really good condition. The one that we'll see in Ashland later, it's not in as good a condition as this tree. It's hollowed out on the bottom and it's got anthracnose, the one in Jeromesville. But this tree does not have anthracnose and it's not hollowed out. And it still has all of its main leaders and it's in really good condition. So it's going to continue to grow for a few years. These big trees, you don't see a whole lot of them. And so when you do, like, people just really appreciate them and they want to document them. We got all of our nominations from the public. So it's definitely a public engagement. So this is our state champion eastern cottonwood tree. It's 380 inches in circumference and 122 feet tall. And it's the largest cottonwood tree that we have in the state of Ohio. Here's our tree. It's a beast. A lot of the trees that we have in our big tree program, when they get this old, they go into a state called retrenchment, which is when the branches start growing back. Not growing back, but dying back. And that's just an age response that the tree has. So rather than producing sugars and using those carbohydrates to make more wood, they'd rather have plant defenses. And so they allocate those resources to plant defenses rather than making more wood. 128 at 42.5 degrees. Right, it's really, really old. Definitely older than statehood, way older than statehood.
Okay.
Not only is it the biggest tree in Ohio, it's probably the hollowest tree in Ohio too. But I can't see the top of the rot. Yeah, I mean, I love trees. That's why I became a forester. Being a forester and being out in nature is awesome. And you know, I spend a lot of time and just doing forest management stuff, and it's good to take a break from that and to come and look at some really cool old trees that are humongous. That's why I really like it. They're very, they're inspiring, and they're just not, you get a really cool feeling when you're around a big tree versus, hanging out around one of those maples. I mean, you don't really feel anything when you're around one of those, but when you get around a monster tree, you definitely I feel a connection when I get around them. Get a fuzzy feeling. It's cool. I think most people probably do. I like to think so.